Introduce yourself. Hi there, I'm Carl. Do I look at you or at the camera? Either one works. Okay. So, hi, I'm Carl Rogers, not to be confused with Carl Jung or Carl Sagan or Carl Weiser, and I'm a psychologist, specifically a humanistic psychologist. I was born in 1902 just outside of Chicago, Illinois, and I died in 1987, making me about 85. Right now I'm 117 and I'm looking for a lovely young lady in the ballpark of about 110 or so. Tell us about your work. My work as a psychologist included a number of interesting and really quite productive endeavors. I was a professor at a number of different colleges, including Ohio State University. I also worked for the CIA and funded a project that analyzed the personality of Nikita Khrushchev during the 50s and the 60s. Um, in 1947, I became the president of the APA, or the American Psychological Association. I won two awards from the APA, once in 1956 and once in 1972. Um, People know me best as a existential and humanistic psychologist because of my 19 propositions and my work on the fully functioning person. Uh, Most of the theories that I propose, all focus around the self. Um, Also, to psychology, I introduced the non-directive approach, where the psychologist really more sits and listens, occasionally offering advice, but allowing the patient to work through a problem themselves. I believe that therapy should be centered on the client, that their freedom and their individuality needs to be acknowledged, and their drive to become their best selves and to be creative needs to be harnessed. What else are you interested in? I enjoy politics very much. I helped ease tensions between Irish Protestants and Catholics, also between blacks and whites in South Africa. And I fought, I was part of bringing democracy to Brazil. Um, I don't really believe that debate should be specifically between two nemesis, but between a whole bunch of parties in an ongoing conversation. I also took a fascination to agriculture a long time ago, and even went to college for it before I became a psychologist. Uh, Really, it helped me. It helped lead me into the sciences. So, yeah. What are you looking for in a potential lover? Really, I'm looking for a fully functioning person, someone who is open to experience, who can live in the moment, and existentialist of sorts. Someone independent who can trust their own judgment and make their own decisions, but still be loving and respect mine. A woman who is creative and can adapt to whatever situation they're exposed to, but not feel the need to conform. A lady who is constructive and reliable, who wants to live a rich, a full life. Um, I would love to meet somebody who is on their way to becoming self actualized and who pursues achieving their fullest potential. Also, preferably an atheist, as I've myself fallen away from faith, and I don't really want any conflicts about God. Any deal breakers? Any deal breakers include, anybody who's highly religious, because I really just don't agree with all the values that many religions have, especially the ones that don't show unconditional positive regard towards others. People need to be loved, and no matter what their flaws are. Also, anybody who's really incongruent. Define incongruent. An incongruent person is somebody who holds themselves to unrealistic standards, standards set and held conditionally by a loving society. The term really describes the difference between the statements I am and I should be. They deny or distort their perceptions so that they can fit in and earn the love of society, which in turn makes them neurotic. Don't you think that's a high standard to hold? Yeah, it is, but I do believe that everyone can achieve it with work and some help. Anything else to add? No, not much. I know that I'm a little young to be on the market. But if you're at all interested, feel free to call me, shoot me a text, and email. Don't be scared to reach out.